country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
What up, what up, what up, America? Welcome to Thursday's episode of Dear America. It has been a long week. We are all very tired. I slept until my emergency alarm today, which I don't know if you can tell by my eyes here. It's been a long couple days. We are 5 days away from the election of all elections, the elections to save our country. If you are voting for Donald Trump, or have voted, or you are going to vote between now and Tuesday, comment Trump in the comment section. Let's get it blowing up. Let's get it going. Also, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this video. So the more people can hear the truth about what's going on and why this is so important. I had a very long day of actually filming all over Arizona yesterday. All the way from people just on the ground, everyday workers, all the way from going after the evangelical vote. Got to hang out with Pastor Mark Driscoll and go and record a podcast with him to encourage pastors one Sunday left before the election to actually get off their proverbial butts and encourage the congregation to go vote. Big thing today. We are all Christian, white nationalists, Nazis, domestic terrorists, pieces of garbage. So Donald Trump decided to, like we said, take out the garbage in one of the most iconic scenes. We keep saying that, the most iconic scene. And then he comes out with another most iconic scene. He was the general manager of McDonald's 10 days ago. And now he's running a garbage truck company. Royce talked about it. I'll let him lead into it later, but we've never seen anything like this. We probably never will again. So if you're voting for Donald Trump, comment Trump in the comment section right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Hurricane Helene survivor, domestic equity inclusion higher. The LA Dodgers won the World Series and continue to go higher. And if you let him cook for you, you might just be inspired because his salsa's fire. Ladies and gentlemen, Mexican Cartel Tony.
Nope.
Tony.
What a freaking letdown. What did you do, Tony? What did you do? Oh, Lord. All right. Producer Royce is in the studio while Tony is...
I don't have hoodie today. I'm sorry. I forgot the hoodie. I'll have to include that next time.
I just want to say, if there was anything to be a DEI hire, right there. That was it. Like, a DEI hire Tony and his freaking mic don't work. All right. And, of course, everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd, is here.
I got nothing.
All right. Do we have Tony? Tony, are you there?
Am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Hey! All right. I love how we said, Tony, we think your mic is muted before we started, and Tony's like, just screw you guys. I'm sitting here.
He was trying to fix it. He was trying.
I was trying to figure it out. You know.
Really quick, I want to ask the audience, do you guys like the Halloween thumbnail and the little pumpkin in the title?
Yeah,
we tried last minute.
Put a little Halloween. The truth of the matter is, every single one of us forgot it was Halloween.
That's a fact.
And Alyssa called me while we were getting ready for the show. She's like, "Happy Halloween," and I was like, "Oh crap, it's Halloween. We got to remember to do this."
I forgot.
Oh no. Is this like a...
Look at my little dude. Check him out, huh? Like that, huh?
Nice.
Where did you find this shirt?
Dude, I made that, all right? I went over to the store. I bought a little toddler shirt, and I ironed on those. Check him out, man. He's just awesome.
Dude.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That was it.
So good.
All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Apparently, Joe Biden actually tried to eat actual children. We had a Supreme Court win in Pennsylvania. Supreme Court win in Virginia, and then we also had a court win in Pennsylvania that opened the early voting lines up until 5 o'clock Friday, right? Is it 5 o'clock Friday or is it 3 o'clock Friday? Okay.
5.
huge win in Pennsylvania. We have all that to talk about. And of course, we got to talk about the fact that Donald Trump is the king of all politics, political campaigns across the board. Again, we will never see anything else like this in our lifetimes. But first, we got to talk to you about our friends at Birch Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the economy is in trouble. And I hate to break it to you, even on November 5th, when we win and Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, the economy is not just going to magically fix itself. Donald Trump has a lot of work to do. So you need to do what you need to do to protect your money by texting my friends at Birch Gold, by texting the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now. They're going to send you a free information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can help diversify your money and protect your dollar against an unstable economy and a hostile world. So what are you waiting for? Text the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now. Yes, they're going to call you because they don't know where you live, and they got to know where you live to send you this free information kit. They're very knowledgeable. We've had Philip on a lot. It's only going to get harder before it gets better. So please, free information is final information. Text the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now. All right, let's get into the show. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Halloween, this is a picture of Joe Biden eating a baby dressed as a turkey.
I'd like to disclose, not AI.
This is not an AI photo.
This is completely real.
This is 100% absolute real. And it could be one of the most terrifying things I've seen in a long time. The real question is this. Is Joe Biden a pedophile, and or did Joe Biden really think that this was in fact a turkey? That's the question.
So
Who
we're starting.
knows?
So we're starting the show off with cannibalism. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Look at this poor child's face. Like, what in the world is going on?
Even
and
this
then what
infant
mother
knows and is like, "What are you doing, man?" Like,
what if you think that this is disgusting and disturbing, and the mother should be ashamed of herself? Comment yes or no.
Also, look at that hair on Joe Biden. That is, it is bad,
It's like
man.
the crypt keeper.
It's liver spots, dude. The man is 1 foot in the grave. This is what Satan's grandma's back of her head looks like. And so, anyway, all right. But it doesn't stop there, unfortunately. This is another child, not the same child, another one. Where Joe Biden,
is worse.
Literally, this is worse, and it is Halloween, so we have to start off with some terrible stuff. This is, a lot of people forget this. This is the sitting president of the United States. All right? This is where we are as a country, people. Play it.
Okay, little baby.
Okay, that's not. Oh!
Double tap.
Oh! Can we go to the second bite? I want you to back it up to the second bite, not that one. That one.
Oh,
That thing. Who does this? Okay, even my own children.
Oh my God.
Never did whole foot in mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Like you pretend that you're going to.
That's Moloch. That's Moloch right there,
dude,
in the flesh.
Look at his eyes.
there.
Can we zoom in any more on his eyes?
That's
a
max.
That's a demon. That is a demon coming out. Yes,
this baby
that
is
is
scarred for life.
That is child sacrifice, is what that is. Again, if you were the mother, I would have to believe that Alyssa would have slapped him straight in the face. If this was your baby, would you have done so? I know. This is.
Look at that chomp
I
right
think
there.
she realizes that.
Chomp.
Okay, wait a minute. Look, she starts pulling the baby away there. If you let the video play all the way.
Pull the baby away. That's a slap in the face. Is what a predator.
She's like, okay, no more eating.
Look at it. Oh, she's so happy about it.
Look, she's like, nope.
Nice.
How many of you women in the chat would be throwing hands? Comment yes or no in the chat.
Afterwards, he's like, oh.
This is where he doesn't know where he actually is. This is the moment where he's like, what? Where am I? All right, let's go next. Now, this next thing, you cannot make it up. This is the entrance of the president and the first lady. This is all we're going to say. And we feel like you guys need to see this because I've never seen something so horrifying, sad, and accurate at the same time. This is the entrance of the president and the first lady. Here we go, play it. Oh, God.
That is the president and the first panda.
That's Jill Biden. That's Jill Biden. Pause. It reminds me, that's bestiality, Randall.
This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen. Who signed off on this? Who said this was a good idea? And why is Joe Biden walking out with a furry right now? That's what's happening.
Here's the thing. Imagine these poor Marines back here in the back that are having to salute a panda bear. Think about this for just 5 seconds. You know these Marines have got to be, how in the world did I get to a point where this is where I'm at? Like, look at their faces. That is not determination. That is, what the crap am I doing with my life? I'm not re-enlisting.
Doing this might have been a punishment for them, you know?
Is she saluting or is she waving?
Let's see here.
She's waving. Okay.
Cringy
Pause.
Panda wave.
Pause. No, leave it right there. Look, this is what I'm talking. Look how happy Joe Biden is. This is what our enemies are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. Who is signing off on this? It makes you truly believe that the Bidens are like, how can we make this as hard on Kamala Harris as possible?
You want to know why he's so happy?
Why?
He's so happy because he's standing there thinking, he's like, oh, can you believe I'm walking out with a real panda bear? There's a real panda next to me, guys. This is crazy. Where'd Jill go?
Because of Joe, how he is, does he know this is Jill? Does he not know that Jill has a costume on? Does he see through the costume to Jill? Does he actually believe this is a panda walking with him in real life?
I imagine backstage, Jill's there without the helmet on, and they're talking, and she puts it on, and Joe goes, Jill, where'd you go? Jill, where are you? As soon as she puts the helmet on, disappears. He has no idea
Jill's gone. Jill's gone. She takes it off. It's like, oh, Jill, I was so worried. I thought you disappeared.
Exactly. Yes.
Again, so not only did Joe Biden ruin Kamala Harris's biggest rally to date at the Ellipse by calling over half of America garbage. And I want to talk about this for a minute, okay? So the comedian at the Trump rally said that Puerto Rico was a floating island of trash. Okay, he was talking about the entire place, right? He didn't specifically say Puerto Ricans are trash. That's not what he said. Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is there a difference in those two statements? I believe there is.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, we talked about this already. He was making a joke. It's a comedian. We expect that from a comedian.
There's actually
he's an insult comic too. Like that's what he does, you know.
Right, but there is a difference. And comment below in the chat if you agree or disagree. There's a difference between saying, there's a floating island of trash. It's called Puerto Rico. And instead of saying, all Puerto Ricans are pieces of garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's legitimate what he said. Do you know, have you heard this? Like the reality behind the Puerto Rico trash problem?
Yeah, there is an island of trash on Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico has their dumps are overflowing because they're just a small island and all these people and their dumps are over capacity, overflowing with trash. They do have a trash problem. No, that's the point he was trying to make.
I don't disagree at all. But Joe Biden said that Trump supporters are pieces of garbage. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Big difference.
There's a big difference. And I mean, granted, should Kill Tony's jokes probably have been vetted a little bit? Probably so. But his joke compared to what Joe Biden said, that was not a joke. And it's like people got mad at Trump when he's like, we don't want America to end up like Detroit. They're like, how dare you? Everybody else, even inside of Detroit, was like, you're right. You don't want it to end up like it is here because Detroit kind of sucks. And if you've been to Detroit lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have. Have you been to Detroit, Leia? I've never been more scared in my life. They're like, Graham, you're a white guy that's considered a white Christian nationalist. Here's a microphone. Go talk to people in downtown Detroit and let's see what happens.
It's not only Detroit, though.
Fantastic time.
I could probably name 5 to 10 different cities in the U.S. that we do not want the whole place to turn into. There are trash cities that are just full of crime all over, and they're all Democrat-run cities too. Like, it's not just Detroit either. Like, there is a issue.
Yeah, somebody just said. I thought. Go ahead.
Can I just say this? And go ahead and throw up my disclaimer, Royce.
Go ahead. Gosh,
here we go.
All right, listen. All right, if you're a Puerto Rican living in America and you're pissed about that comment, then why are you not in Puerto Rico?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
like they're here in the country, in the United States.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I understand it's
the U.S.
I understand it is. I understand that.
It's a territory.
But if you left the territory to come to the big territory and you're pissed, why'd you leave? Like, I'm sorry.
I think if we're pissed about, I don't know any real conservatives or any real sane Americans that are upset. I saw that Puerto Rican rapper that removed his endorsement of Donald Trump when he endorsed him in Vegas. Shut up, you moron.
For real. That's my whole point.
All that rapper is trying to do is sell more album sales in that regard. And so he'll flip-flop again. He'll probably 2 days from now, right before the election, go, you know what? I talked to President Trump. It was a joke. I was emotional. I support President Trump again. He'll sell a bunch of more records. That's all that is. Again, the difference between calling Puerto Rico, the entire place, an island of trash, not Puerto Ricans being trash, and then Joe Biden saying, yeah, Trump supporters, the only garbage I see are Trump supporters. That's completely different. You just called half of America pieces of garbage.
It is
voters,
absolutely.
American voters, pieces of garbage.
Yeah, especially when you think about it in the scheme of things, in the big picture, you're talking about a comedian who went out there and he made a bad joke, which I didn't find it bad. I'm Latin and I thought it was funny because obviously that's what he gets paid for. He gets paid to make raunchy, jokes that offend people. That's what he was there for. But then you have the leader of the free world, the most powerful man in the world, come out and tell half of his citizens that they're garbage. That is, I don't know how you recover from that. At this point, he is campaigning for Trump. Everything he says and opens his mouth for is just gold for us, like you said earlier today, Todd. He's just, we take it everything he's saying, and it's better for us.
I'm sending you something in the chat right now, Royce, because I want people to see how desperate these people are. When I say you don't hate the mainstream media and journalists enough, this is what they're trying to do to save Joe Biden's comment. Okay, this is how pathetic. This is, if you think the mainstream media is pathetic, you don't hate them enough. This is the Washington Post. Did Biden call Trump supporters garbage? It comes down to an apostrophe. This is a real article. This is a real article. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Like we have to talk about this thing here because this is the mainstream media and this is what they do. They are insulting you right now because this is them calling you morons is what they're doing. They are calling you mouth-breathing, air-wasting morons. When you think this, oh, I'm sorry, we're supposed to assume an apostrophe in a statement via word on video, you pieces of pompous trash. Literally, and I mean it.
The statement was, the only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. Where can you put an apostrophe and make that sentence mean something completely different? Please, somebody tell me. Am I the only one that missed that day in English class?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because if you put it on supporters, you put the apostrophe on supporters, that's possessive. They're still talking about us.
The only garbage I see is his supporters. Like,
where do you put it?
Yeah, you're right. I don't understand where an apostrophe actually helps.
Yeah.
Kendra, you're an English teacher. Where do I put it?
I love this. Republicans have long strained for a new Hillary Clinton deplorables moment, but Biden's defense is entirely plausible. I love this. Dude, you don't hate these people enough. If you hate the mainstream media and journalism, Comment yes or no in the comment section. All right, we got to keep going. All right, we're going to move a little bit away here. These are linemen working in North Carolina that are now going on strike because FEMA has not paid them in 8 weeks, working all day, every day in North Carolina. Let's play it.
Everything that they promised us, that they said they would come through with, nothing's being done. Well, the contract states that we would be paid net this day, meaning that 14 days after our first invoice, we would start getting paid. So that means for anybody that was here from the 7th to the 13th, that should have been paid this Monday or Tuesday. We should have some type of money. We should have some type of per diem. They didn't pay. They asked for another requirement stating, well, we need to use these codes and this has to be used. So we did that yesterday. We got that completed. We sent that in. Now they say, oh, well, from the 7th to the 13th is really such a mess. Why can't we just pay from the 13th on? And we're like, no, you're not gonna skip us on paying us for a week when we've been here for almost 8 weeks working every single day. It's nonstop. It's anywhere from 12 to 18 hours a day. We don't shower. I mean.
All right, so these men and women have been there for 8 weeks, working every single day. Like you just said, they don't shower. They don't have showers. They're barely eating. They're doing this, trying to get electricity back. And FEMA is not paying them money to even do any of this stuff. And I'll argue to say this, they're probably not going to get paid. And then these people are going to quit working. Because now we're not searching for life now in North Carolina. Now we're trying to reestablish daily life. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And yeah, they're fixing to go on strike. And Western North Carolina is going to suffer because of it, because FEMA is a piece of human crap.
And let's not forget, 2 weeks ago, the White House just approved $425 million to Ukraine.
Yeah. Someone said that FEMA is the real garbage.
Yes.
Good point.
And I mean it. The leaders of FEMA, the people that are in charge of leading FEMA, they are actual pieces of garbage, actually. And I stand by that statement, and I'll go to court over it too. Stand by it. All right. Let's go ahead and get to Better Debt Solutions here. Our next sponsor. Give me just one moment here. I say we go there. I'm not ready. Now I'm ready. All right. You need to go and you need to check out our friends over at Better Debt Solutions. If you are staring at a stack of unpaid bills and think, how in the world can I earn this much money and still be this far in debt? Thanks, Joe Biden. Thanks to COVID and inflation, 1 in 4 Americans have maxed out their credit cards, and now you're trapped in debt. But there's a better way to handle it. You can check out my friends at Better Debt Solutions. They saved $1.5 billion for their clients. That's right. You don't have to pay what the creditors say you have to pay. Their one goal is simple: to reduce your credit card and personal loan debt. But listen, some of these strategies are time sensitive, so you need to move quickly. Visit betterdebtnow.com/Graham and get a free consultation. So what are you waiting for? Go to betterdebtnow.com/Graham. That's betterdebtnow.com/Graham for a free consultation. Go right now. All right, here we go.
To one comment real quick.
Sure.
Somebody in the comment section was like, does that mean the Florida linemen won't get paid? Here's what's going to happen. Write it down. DeSantis has got his stuff on lock, and he knows that FEMA's trash, but your governor in North Carolina is a turd, and he's going to continue to have Biden and Kamala Harris's back no matter what. So, no, I think Florida's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. Just to answer your question.
All right, so we all saw yesterday all the craziness that was going on in Pennsylvania. And because of everybody sharing it and talking about it and whatnot, there was a huge victory in Pennsylvania. Yesterday, we had the SCOTUS victory in Virginia that would remove non-citizens from being able to vote in Virginia, which makes me believe Virginia must legitimately be in play for Donald Trump, or they wouldn't be fighting so freaking hard to let these non-citizens vote. But the Supreme Court said no, and as Todd pointed out, that now puts precedent for every other state not allowing non-citizens to vote. But yesterday, Bucks County, PA, the judge ruled that Josh Shapiro's buddies violated state election code by blocking people from voting with uniformed officers. We all saw those video. The early voting period is now extended until 5 p.m. He meant to say Friday. Friday until 5 p.m. So in other words, Bucks County, Pennsylvania, get your butt back in the voting line. You guys need to share this with every single person you know, because everybody knows somebody that lives in Pennsylvania. You need to share this video far and wide because this is huge. Pennsylvania, the election goes through you.
It does.
If we win Pennsylvania, we win the whole thing. If we lose Pennsylvania, I think it's over. I really do. It's
definitely going to be harder. I've seen maps where it's possible, but he's going to have to run a much harder gambit to do it.
All right, here we go. This is Fox News reporting on it. 3 additional days of early voting in Bucks County. Play it.
Hi, Martha. Yeah, this is big. It's also very complicated. I mean, Bucks is one of the most critical swing counties, if not the most, in Pennsylvania. And according to this injunction that was just released, voters seeking to vote by on-demand mail-in ballot can now do so until 5 p.m. on Friday. Now, the previous deadline was 5 p.m. yesterday. That's a process that we're talking about here. It's unique to Pennsylvania counties. There was a lot of confusion because, again, the deadline was 5 p.m., but the video that you're seeing from the RNC shows lines being cut off around 2:30 p.m.
Pause. I want to point this out, and I want to thank each and every one of you because you guys don't get credit enough. This video went viral everywhere because of you, because of every one of you sharing. And it gave the Trump campaign the ammunition they need to file an immediate injunction, to file and to get a ruling within literally 12 hours on this that allowed an additional 3 days of early voting. Amazing. So every single one of you needs to give yourself a round of applause. Comment an American flag in the chat. I'm giving you guys the credit that you guys deserve because we can talk all day and we can bring this stuff up all day. But if you don't share and you don't help us spread the message, then it never happens. You guys did this. You guys are just as much a part of this fight as we are. And you guys don't get told that enough. You guys need to know. We would just be talking to ourselves if it wasn't for you. We would just be making one post if you guys didn't share it. For example, and I want to give you guys credit because I don't think enough people do this. All right. So I posted yesterday, and we're not going to get ahead of ourselves on the video itself, but I just want to try to show you guys something. Can you see where it says 43,000 shares on this video? The video's almost at 1 million views, 43,000 shares. That means 43,000 people, 43,000 of you shared that video for more people to see it. Boom. That is your power. That is your superpower. Yeah, people can say, oh, Graham, well, you've got the big platforms and this and this and that. Shut up. If it wasn't for you guys sharing the message, this is how we're going to win this thing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the courts ready to go. We've got the teams in place to fight it in court when it needs to be fought. And because of you fighting, we were able to win this for Pennsylvania. So this is why I'm now asking you to like this video and share this far and wide because the people in Pennsylvania need to know they've got 2 days left now to go vote early in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Let's finish that news article out. I'm sorry. I wanted you guys to know we appreciate you more than you know, and you are just as important in this fight, if not more so than we are. Continue it. Sorry.
We just got up here and they said they reserve the right to cut off the deadline any time they see fit.
When I was in line, I saw them come out with to close the line off. I understand this isn't a polling place, but you're not doing me a favor. The reason these people are here is because they don't trust the system.
The Elon Musk shirt is great. The Occupy Mars.
Yeah, I love it. Somebody just said Royce always looks so bored when Graham is talking. I agree. There's something wrong there.
That's my
There's something wrong.
Face. What are you talking about?
There's something wrong about this. Also, this is straight from the Trump campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, in Pennsylvania. This is why you need to share this now. This came straight from the Trump campaign. This comes from James Blair, a good friend of mine. He is Trump's campaign director. This is the lead guy. These are fake election officials. As you see, this is James Blair. Attention, Philadelphia. This new voter intimidation kit is landing in Philly, maybe statewide. Beware of the Democrats operatives wearing this. They are not election officials. Let's show what the shirts look like. Okay, so this is the kit. All right, this is what it looks like. If you see people wearing this shirt, they are not election officials. They are going to be giving you bad information to try to affect your vote. If you see somebody with these things on there, okay, they are not real election assistants. They're not real volunteers. These are fake people. These are fake people. You need to, if you see them, if you spot them, you need to call it out. You need to record it. You need to post it. You need to send it to us. We need to expose this. This is not conspiracy. This is from the head of the Trump campaign himself. This is really going on. Is it legal? I'm pretty positive it's not, but they do everything that's not legal. If you see this shirt, film them. Take pictures of them, post it online. If you see this badge, you need to take a picture of it. You need to film it. You need to post it online. Let's show the badge one more time. If you see this badge right here on anyone, so they probably won't wear the shirt now because it's gotten out, but they probably will still have this badge. If you see this, you need to post it. You need to expose it because they are fake, trying to rig the election. Man. These people are devils, every single one of them. It is sickening. It is disgusting. This is what we're dealing with, people. But with your help, we can fight against this. All right, let's get into our next sponsor, and that's Angel Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, we posted a powerful clip on my Instagram page yesterday from Sound of Hope. And it's painful to watch. I'm not going to lie. What we even put in the caption, hey, this is rough to watch, but this is a dark reality that our children are facing every day. So I encourage you to go watch that clip. But more importantly, I encourage you to become a member of Angel Studios by going to angel.com/GrahamHope. They're making amazing content daily. It's not always this happy, feely type stuff. It is real stories that need to be told. And they're making good content that you and your family can watch. They're making amazing content, and you guys can help them continue to do so by joining the Guild. What does the Guild do? Well, it gives you instant access to every piece of content they've ever made, exclusive discounts on merch, and it gives you free tickets when the movies get to the movie theaters. But most importantly, it gives you the ability to vote on what Angel Studios makes next. So support this amazing organization. Go to angel.com/GrahamHope today. That's angel.com/GrahamHope today. All right. So yesterday, I even posted, what time did I post this? And I'm going back because I just want to check myself here. Hang on. We go to my page. I want to see when I posted this. Bear with me. And we post a lot. This was, oh crap, it keeps refreshing. Sorry, hold on, bear with me. It's going to be worth it. The feed just refreshed.
Is it the clip that you're talking about?
Okay.
Or are you talking about when?
At 5:42 in the morning yesterday, I posted this clip and I said, Trump needs to go to work as a garbage man in Pennsylvania now. Landslide if he does. I want to say I'm the only one that posted him actually wearing the vest. Okay? I'm just saying, nobody else did this. And I sent this photo to the campaign. All right? I'm just being honest. There it is right there. I'm the only person. Everybody else posted him in his suit, like carrying garbage. Yeah, puh, you all suck. I posted this with him actually wearing the vest. All right? There it is. Okay? This was at 5:42 in the morning yesterday. Nobody else beat me. All right? Here we go. Miraculously, look at the vest.
Yes.
I'm the only one. I'm the one that did this. Okay? I don't care what they say. I will claim this all day. Here is Donald Trump, and arguably one of the most iconic, most trolling
God, we say that a lot.
Ever seen, and we'll get into that in a minute. This is Donald Trump literally, again, possibly landsliding this election right here. Let's play this clip.
How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is an
Pause it. Now that was all Donald Trump. Okay, now I definitely did not expect him to find a truck where he puts Trump, make America great again.
We didn't expect, but are you surprised?
No, and
I
can attest to the fact that Graham did post this first because we're all trying to work over here, and he's over there messing with his phone like, I need to add his face to this picture over here.
How do you like my garbage truck?
How do you like my garbage truck? Anyway, okay, so Royce, I want you to talk about what you were talking about earlier that we'll never see. No, leave that. Give me a photo. Give me a photo at least.
Oh yeah,
go to the photo. And then I want you to bring up to them, tell them what you said earlier that I was like, bring that back up in the show.
So
that we'll never see this again.
Yeah, basically, I somewhat don't always realize, and I maybe take for granted, right? And I don't appreciate enough the fact that A, I'm alive during this election, but B, not only that, this is the greatest campaign that has ever existed in American history. There has never been a campaign quite like this. There will never, and there has never been a president like Donald J. Trump. And we get to live through it. My kids are going to read this in history books. Nobody else can do this but Donald Trump. If Kamala did this, she'd be, she already is, but a laughingstock. It'd be ridiculous. It wouldn't help her at all. But Donald Trump does this, and it's the most iconic thing in the world. The man has a mugshot. The man has been shot, attempted assassination multiple times. The dude went to stinking McDonald's, and now he's driving a garbage truck. Okay,
dude, and like I said, he's like Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother. He can't take a bad photo. Every photo he takes is iconic. But to Royce's point here, like he looks like he owns the sanitation company. That's what he looks like. Either way, I was telling Royce this. One of the main complaints that I and many other people had with the 2020 campaign is they were not listening to us. And I know that sounds like a selfish thing to say, but they weren't listening to those of us that talk to you on a daily basis. No, go back. We're not there yet. All right. So we talked to them in depth, like, hey, this next campaign, you guys have got to listen to us. And I can't show you this because we're not allowed to, but we have a chat that is every major conservative influencer in the game that is directly connected to the campaign. And what that allows us to do is that allows us in real time to say, hey, this is the pulse that's going on the ground. Hey, did you guys see this? They're able to give us accurate information instead of us just trying to be first and we do wrong information and we end up hurting things and stuff like this. There is actually a coordinated, planned effort. Imagine that, planning for a campaign. Now to where they in real time can turn things like this around. President Trump is, one, give him credit for willing to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, he is the most famous person on the planet. He is a billionaire and, he's riding around a garbage truck. All right, so give him credit for even being willing to do it. But the fact that they're able to turn it around so quickly is because they are listening to you. They are listening to the people that are on the ground in this new social media world where mainstream media is dying. Okay. In fact, there was an article that came out, I believe it was from Newsweek, where they said if Donald Trump wins this election, this means that no one is reading us anymore and that we've lost total and complete control of the media narrative. I believe we are on the cusp of that. The game's not over. I told you Monday we were on the 10-yard line. We got to go 90 yards. I would say we're on the 50-yard line right now. We're on the 50-yard line. We're driving. But we're down by 5, no timeouts. We got to score a touchdown to win this thing. We're on the 50-yard line. We're driving. We got a first down on the 50-yard line. We got to keep going. But that's one thing that you're seeing the difference here. They are laying the foundation work for every campaign moving forward. Listening to you guys because you guys are actually, the American people are actually on X. They're actually on Instagram. They're actually on TikTok. And yes, they're actually on Facebook and YouTube and all of the above. And this is the result of that. You're seeing Trump come out here and do these amazing things. Let's get to the New York Post article. I think that's the next one we've got here. Even the New York Post, and I know that they endorse Trump, but still, this is in New York City. Trump takes out trash, rolls out in garbage truck after Biden's voter slur. I love how they're calling it what it is, not an apostrophe problem. No, it was a slur against God-fearing, hard-working Americans. To Royce's point earlier, when we're talking about iconic photos of Trump, the man can't take a bad photo. And everything that they photograph him in becomes the most iconic thing we've ever seen. Started with the mugshot, the most iconic mugshot the world's ever known, right there. That is a man that will stab you. I mean, like, no one would mess with Trump
He's
ever.
got a prison shank in his sock right now.
Then, of course, you've got, after he just got shot in the face, the most iconic photo we've ever seen. Boom, right there. Then you've got him going to work at McDonald's, looking like he is the owner of McDonald's. And now, just yesterday, you have him just looking like he owns the sanitation company. Everything he does is iconic. It's crazy.
I think the reason why he is going to win, and this is just my personal opinion, I think he is going to win by a landslide, knock on wood, is because he is very relatable. I mean, look at all the stuff he's doing, like you just said, Graham.
Yeah.
You know, working at McDonald's, being in the garbage truck. But let's not forget when he was at the RNC, when his granddaughter was up there talking about her grandfather. You can see that he got emotional. He got emotional, almost like he had a tear in his eye. And then you have Kamala on the other end, who just cackles and there's not a genuine bone in her body. And
lies about working at McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. The lies that come out of her mouth is just the contrast between them two is just so far between that, that's why I think he's so relatable to people.
Hold on. In fact, the campaign just sent this. So we're going to play it. This is about the garbage truck. I'm putting it in the chat, Royce. The campaign literally just sent this to me. It's Joe Scarborough having a meltdown about the garbage truck. So we're going to see it in real time. This is from the Trump campaign. They want us to play this for you people. So make sure to share it. I'm not making this up. Literally. Apparently this is Morning Joe having a conniption fit. Here we go.
The hypocrisy, Mika, over a misstatement by Joe Biden, which he quickly corrected, is so laughable because this guy does this every day. And then you turn on Fox News and go, oh, how could anybody do this? I've never seen this before from a president. Despite the fact one of the people saying that yesterday on Fox News stood by while Donald Trump watched violence erupt on January the 6th and kept allowing violence to erupt on January the 6th and said the people that were beating the hell out of cops were patriots. So yes. Willie, the gaslighting never ends. They really do think that their voters are that stupid. And it makes me sad for those voters that Donald Trump and people on TV, on other channels, really think Americans are that dumb.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Donald Trump has spent the last couple of weeks calling the entire country a garbage can.
What?
Wait, that's not true either. That's not. Look.
Was that an Elmo impression? What was that?
Yeah, I don't know what the falsetto was. All of this. Let's go to what they say at the top here. All of this is they're in panic mode because Donald Trump just did checkmate on them right here. This is Trump climbing into the garbage truck has extended the news cycle of Biden's garbage comment as intended. That's true.
Very smart.
That's why we all said you've got to be in a garbage truck because it's going to continue the news cycle through today, maybe even tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, by tomorrow it's November 1st, okay? Like, we're all about the news cycle here, all right? This is the final week of the campaign. The propaganda press has been forced to spend days defending Joe Biden, and they continue to get angrier and more unhinged while doing it. This is a PR masterstroke from Trump. Absolutely. This is the whole point. It's free publicity. The more we continue to make them have to talk about Joe Biden, the more we win. And that is why we just need to continue to press this forward. The fact that they're having to talk about it this morning. Joe Biden made the statement 2 days ago, and it's going to be all they talk about today. Yeah. So 3 days of the news cycle when today we have 5 days left. they've spent the past 3 days trying to defend Joe Biden calling half of America garbage. This is how we win in the PR world for the political stuff here. All right, this is Donald Trump showing up to the rally last night. Now, this was all Donald Trump. Donald Trump showing up and just like, screw it, I'm wearing the garbage man outfit the whole time. Let's play it. Yes! And again, he pulls it off.
You know, he really hasn't valued the whole loans of income.
Pause. This makes his tan look really good. That's all I'm saying.
telling you,
The
he's a
contrast.
man now. He really
The
is.
contrast is really good. All right, let's play it. Keep it going. All right. Is this where he says you're not garbage?
No, it's a nice clip.
Okay, let's go to the next clip. All right,
First off, this is just the crowd, okay?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Let's show the crowd.
Music. Look at this.
We've got, there's no strippers. There's no free Beyonce concert that didn't happen. There's no nothing. And somebody just pointed it out. The speech Kamala made at the Ellipse, there was like 70-something thousand people there. No one's talked about it. It is a ghost in the thing. And I wish we could, hang on. I'm going to find this too, because I believe this to be important. I'm sorry. I missed this today, but I want to show you.
To your point,
go ahead.
because everybody's talking about the garbage comment that Biden.
Correct.
The only thing I saw from her speech was the fact that there was sirens going off in the background because DC has become such a
right. But I want to show you a video that was taken after it, because after it, this is when the Joe Biden stuff broke. All right, play this real quick, and then we'll get to Trump. This is her in, I guess, Marine 2, I guess this would be.
Oh, yes.
This is her completely just done. You can see she's like completely done. This is her finding out about Joe Biden. Just look at her demeanor here, and go to the beginning. Like, pause it and go to the beginning. I want to show her. Look, there you go.
That's
right there.
Sad
that
face right there.
This is after her biggest moment yet that no one has even seen, because it has been completely dominated by Biden calling half the country garbage, and now Donald Trump showing up in a garbage truck defending the people that he called garbage. This chick is cooked, and she knows it, but it's not won yet. You still got to go vote. But she knows that they've lost like the PR through the weekend. And the weekend is slow. Everybody knows this. So you've lost the PR game all through the weekend. Now she's hurting. She's hurting here. All right, let's go.
Needs that song. The one is the loneliest number that you ever. You know what I'm talking about?
No clue.
Yes.
You guys, come on. You can't tell me you don't know that song.
I know that song. Roy.
Yes, I know that song.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
appreciate the fact that you decided to sing on live TV. That's really cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Sing, guys.
All right, let's get to Trump's speech here, and let's talk about that. Trump's statement. There we go. All right, look, and again, first of all, that's a blue stand, Royce. What he talked in front of yesterday or 2 days ago, that was a black stand.
Guys,
that's all I'm saying.
I can't stop getting roasted on this show. What's going on?
We're concerned about your eyes at this point. It's concern for you. All right. Okay. Here's his pretty much his opening line here. Let's play it.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage.
Epic roar.
I mean, how do you win? How do you win against that?
Has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. And they actually mean it, even though, without question, my supporters are far higher quality than crooked Joe or lying Kamala. Higher quality. higher quality. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. It's true. You can't be president if you hate the American people, which I believe they do.
All right. So again, how do you run against that? I mean, so again, this is a masterclass here. We're going to skip ahead a little bit because we got David coming up here. Let's see. No, never mind. Let's show a little bit of the story. This is Trump telling a story about how he ended up. How it came to be. So let's play it. Let's see if we can do it here.
So this outfit, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch up. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there. The hottest thing out there. Sir, would you like to drive a garbage truck?" Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, it's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, And I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it. And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest? But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good." So I said, "All right, look, let me take it off." And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one." This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big?" They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, "Man, this is bad because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were most of them."
There's Taylor.
Most of them,
Stephen.
Many of them were there, and I'm saying, oh, boy. One little mistake with these guys and your political career's over. You can't even. So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So the first stair is like up here. I'm saying, shit. So I had the adrenaline going and I made it.
Oh man, I didn't hear that. That's so good.
Funny.
I made
so
it.
good.
And then I gave a little news conference from the front of the, they asked their wise guy questions and everything.
So
Anyway, all right,
then,
you get it. You get it there.
We drove about 2 feet. I got out.
Pause it.
That's what I mean about him being relatable. Look, I mean, he's like, how the hell did they get that thing here so fast? Or how the hell did they put that sign up there? And he says the S word. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Well, but what he's doing is he's like, yeah, I missed the handle the first time. Dang, it was literally the first time I'd seen the truck. I didn't know how to get into it. And then, he's like, dude, I am in my 70s. That freaking thing was up to here.
This high, and I was like, how am I supposed to? But
how am I supposed to do this?
If
somebody give him a boost,
like, and to Tony's point, because me and Kendra, we are out in the streets, like here in Gilbert. Yesterday, we were in Chandler, Arizona. We are seeing this. What Tony was talking about. Me and Kendra are seeing this firsthand, because we're making an effort to not just knock on the doors that Turning Point's asking us to knock on. We're talking to our Uber drivers. We're talking to their neighbors. We're talking to people that are walking down the street. We're talking to our waitresses, our bartenders, just random people that will, if basically I'm in recruiter mode, Graham, if somebody looks at us in the eyes, we're, oops, you messed up. We're talking to you. And they're all saying the same thing. And that's why I think this election season for Trump is going to be really different than it was in the past, because you don't just have people in their subdivision. Yes, I'm voting for Trump. They're going, yes, I'm voting. And I talked to that neighbor. I talked to that neighbor. I talked to those two across the street. I talked to those two on the other side of the street. And we're all going. Like we literally, one of our Uber drivers yesterday, he admitted, he's like, yeah, I'm a Democrat. And of course, me and Kendra were like, well, that's okay. He goes, but wait, I'm voting for Trump though. Yeah. I was like, I am a Democrat, but I am voting for Trump because he is more relatable. So this is working.
And speaking of more relatable, we all saw Nick Bosa the other night, but just here, this is A.J. Dillon, Green Bay Packer, in the audience in attendance here, and this is Trump saying hey to him from the stage. Here we go.
Also with us is another Green Bay football phenom, running back. You may know the name, Quadzilla. The Quad Father, A.J. Dillon. I got to meet him backstage. Get healthy soon, A.J. Get healthy soon. Look at this guy.
There you go. Anyway, the whole point of that is just to show that, again, the tide seems to be turning, that more and more people are just okay with people knowing, yeah, I'm voting for Donald Trump. And then last but not least here, let's pull up this Kamala thing where she's calling everyone dictators. And then we will, we'll pray this thing out. All right, so this is ABC Ask, just so in case you can't hear it. How can you bring people together when you routinely smear and insult President Trump and his supporters? And she says, I'm talking to everyone. All right, play it.
You are promising to bring people together, even people you disagree with. You say, well, have a seat at the table. How do you convince Trump supporters of that, though, when you're calling their candidate a would-be dictator, a petty tyrant?
I am talking to everyone as an American.
You are promising to bring...
She's not even stupid. That's what she really thinks. The question was, can we go back so I can read the question one more time? Show me the question. The question was, and I quote, how can you bring people together when you routinely smear and insult President Trump and his supporters? And her response was, oh, just to be clear, I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah. And somebody said it in the chat earlier. And I'm sorry I didn't go back and read it, but somebody said it in the chat that the difference here is that Trump attacks the leadership, which is Biden, Kamala, and the rest of the Democrats. He never attacks their supporters and the American people. That's correct. The difference here, because he loves the whole country. He wants to bring everybody back together. And correct. Not any of this. She's attacking the supporters, and so is Biden with the whole garbage comment. That's just
because that's what they actually believe, and that's what they actually think about all of us. They are dehumanizing an entire population. They are dehumanizing a people group in America. Trump supporters are less than human. We are threats to democracy, which we went over it yesterday. Democracy is not even a word that appears in our founding documents. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. These people are morons. These people Joe Biden has been in government for 50 years, and he does not know that we're not a democracy. So yes, we are a threat to your democracy, because America's not a democracy, you morons. These people hate you. These people, if they win, they are going to make life very bad for me and you. The end. It's not a mistake. It's not messing up of words. It's not just, a disconnect. They aren't connected at all, because they hate you. They hate me. They hate every single one of you. They want to make our lives miserable. They hate our God. They hate our freedoms. They hate our First Amendment rights. They hate our Second Amendment rights. They want to murder children. They want men to compete in women's sports. They want to mutilate the genitalia of children. They want to remove parental consent from your 8-year-olds. These people are demonic. They are evil, and they will do everything that they can to destroy what we hold dear. That's who we're fighting against. So, this is where I remind you to hit that like button and hit that share button. And this is where I remind you to get your butt out and go vote. We will see you guys again on Monday. Literally 24 hours before D-Day, if you will, or V-Day, which is
V-Day.
Vote Day.
V-Day.
Hey, do you guys
24
wanna,
hours before V-Day.
Before we sign off, or before we switch to David, Kim Coffee Lover just sent me the new Trump commercial. You guys want to share it? It's pretty good.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Are we sure this is an actual Trump commercial?
I just sent it to you. Royce, you take a look at it, see it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make sure it's a real one before we go and share something.
It's on Facebook? Mm-hmm. All right, give me a second. Oh, it's a real... Let me see if I can find it on Twitter, because then we can play it full screen.
Anyway, while we're waiting, I just want to say, go Dodgers. Won the World Series. Congratulations to the Dodgers.
Yeah, and congratulations. LA was so excited and happy that they looted a Nike store and set half the town on fire.
Yep. Yep. That's what I do. Anytime I get good news, I go out and I rob
every time
somebody
Alabama wins a national championship, our
Yep.
pitchforks and blowtorches. That's what we do.
I go to Dick's Sporting Goods and I just run in there and grab stuff and run out.
All right, let's play
David
it.
said he'll be on in like 2 minutes, so we can watch this.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
This week, Kamala has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage, and they mean it, even though without question my supporters are far higher quality than Crooked Joe or Lion Kamala. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. You just can't. And you can't be president if you hate the American people. And there's a lot of hatred there. Kamala Harris is not fit to be president of the United States.
Beautiful. If you like that video, comment yes or no in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit that share button. Todd, let's go ahead and pray this thing out while everybody's in here. And then David will be here in a minute. We can talk some football to end the week out. Have a little bit of fun here. Let's go.
Let's do it. Father, we just thank you for a solid week. Lord, I just ask that you continue to be with us while we're here in Arizona. Keep all the people that are going out in these communities and these subdivisions, keep them all safe and free from danger. Father, I would pray for our country. We are less than a week away from probably one of the biggest events in our nation's history. And help us every day that we get closer to Election Day to remind us that we were founded on you, your principles, your book's principles, and the love, grace, and mercy that is fresh for us every single day. Help us, lead, guide us, and direct us so that we can get this ship righted, get it headed in the correct direction before it's too late. Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And we ask all these things in your son's name, and all God's people said,
Amen. I've never been more nervous in a prayer in my entire life. It sounded like, help us get this
word right. I wouldn't say that.
You did not enunciate
the
puh. You did not enunciate that very well. And I was like,
come on.
Joining us now, David Pollock.
Hey, David, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Mr. David.
Just glad we're not cursing during prayers, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you.
See, I'm not the only one. I was like, I heard it. I was like, oh no, please.
I'm not Kirk Franklin, okay? Calm down.
All right, David, let's see. Georgia pulled it out against a tough Vanderbilt team, man. Dear Lord, they're like the giant slayers right now, it seems like. It's crazy. Alabama did have an impressive defensive showing, although, I mean, yes, we had some quarterback hurt and whatnot. Offense seemed to get back a little more to the run game. Impressive, or not impressive, encouraging things, especially heading into LSU next week. But we got some games to talk about today, so let's get into the first one, which is, I haven't seen these yet. Oh, whoa. We got Ohio State at Penn State. I can't believe this is a 12 p.m. game. I would assume that this would have been a whiteout game at night. That is interesting to me, that this is not like a whiteout game. David, lead us into this. What do we got to know?
Yeah, that's that would have been a lot better for Penn State. Okay, so the quick cliff notes. I'm gonna be as quick as possible. These moments, Penn State, James Franklin, they've struggled. Okay, they've been really. They're 1-9, I think, at 1 or 8 or 1-9 against Ohio State. The big games, they haven't been able to run the football. They've really struggled. It's hard to pull the trigger and say Penn State's going to win, but I'm going to do it. And Ohio State, their left tackle, Ohio State's left tackle Simmons is out. Last week it was miserable against Nebraska without him. Their backup came in. He struggled, and then he got hurt late. So they're struggling to run the football. Penn State and their identity with a new offensive coordinator, I think they'll be better. I think Bo Pabula, their backup quarterback, will be in the game a lot and have a lot of opportunities. And I'm going to pull the trigger with Penn State in a big moment, and I'm saying they're going to come through.
Ooh, all right. Well, I'm going to say we need Pennsylvania to save this country. So I'm going Penn State over Ohio State in a close game. I believe it to be so. I'm willing it to be so. Penn State's going to go 8-0. That's my prediction. Todd.
100% agree. Penn State at home, going to be very hard for Ohio State to do it. I got Penn State by a field goal as time expires.
Wow. All right. Tony, what you got?
Yeah, I got Penn State also. I mean, watching Ohio State play on Nebraska last week, I saw they struggled, and I know they had some their injuries, but I mean, they were at home and they're going on the road to play Penn State. Dude, I gotta take Penn State.
I mean, Penn State is clear, or Ohio State is clearly the favorite. Y'all know that, right?
They're
favored by a good bit. Like, Royce, did you look up your numbers?
What are the stats, Royce?
I didn't look up the stats, but my wife's from Ohio, so I gotta go Ohio State just because. Just because.
Hey, that saves everybody on the panel, because anytime anybody goes all one direction, it's a guaranteed loss the other way. I appreciate you, Royce. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just start doing the opposite of what everybody else says, and then we'll be good.
It's going to be a great game. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be a great game. So and you know, good on Penn State to finally kind of get back to that place where, like, they're legitimately in this thing, man. They're legitimately in the fight.
I think so.
I think even with a loss, Penn State, you know, has a path to be in the top 12 regardless for the playoffs. So good on them for that. All right, what do we got next?
Boom.
Woo! All right. I want to tee this up before David tees it up, because this is his team here. Let's see. Florida has been showing signs of life here lately, showing signs that they may be figuring some stuff out. Georgia has shown some chinks in the armor. They pulled it out. Don't get me wrong. This has potential to potentially be a good game, unlike we've seen in recent years. David, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I think you're right. Georgia's got two guys in their secondary that play the majority of the time that are out with the targeting from the last game, so that's a big deal. Both teams coming off a bye. I've been super impressed with Florida, and they haven't quit. Like, all the negativity swirling, all the talk, you go to the first game of the season, you play Miami, and you get destroyed. I think it would have been easy for everybody to jump ship and give up. They haven't. And DJ Lagway, their quarterback, was the number 3 recruit in the country a year ago, and you see why. He's now in there because Graham Mertz is out with an injury. He can run. Dual-threat quarterbacks can give Georgia problems. A lot of youth for Florida, but I like the fight behind their team. I think Georgia's clearly better. And Tate Ratledge comes back, who's a first-round draft pick at right guard. So now their whole offensive line is back to where you want it to be. All the starters are there to start the season, so I think you see the ground game pick up. I think you see Georgia win, but I have been impressed with Florida and the way that they fought for their coach, who's been negatively talked about for the last 2 years, it feels like.
Yeah, they haven't pulled a Florida State. So I'm going to go with Georgia as well. But I think that this is going to be a tough fought game, man. I think Florida's got that thing that kind of like a Vanderbilt. I think they've got this thing going on right now. They're clicking at the right time. There's not a lot of film on their quarterback right now. I think they'll throw some stuff at Georgia. I'm going to say Georgia by a touchdown. That's what I'm going to say in this game. That's what that's my prediction.
I thought you were going to show some onions and pick the upset, but nah.
I'm not going to pick. I'm not going to pick the upset. I'm just going to say it's close. Todd, what do you got?
Let's see. It's at Georgia, right?
No,
it's neutral. It's a neutral. Yeah, it's a neutral. Okay, neutral site. Give me Georgia by 10.
Ooh, okay. All right, Tony.
Interesting. I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going to go with Florida.
Florida. I knew you were going to go Florida.
I'll tell you why. Because I've been a Florida fan for a long time. Emmitt Smith. I mean, not only that, Urban Meyer, the coach, Tim Tebow when he was on the Gators. I mean, if I were a betting man, I would take the points and go with Georgia. But
you do realize none of people are playing, right?
No, I know that. I'm just saying the history of Florida. Like I said, this was back from the Emmitt Smith days. But I'll take the underdog.
You were a Ducks fan.
I am a Ducks fan. I am a Ducks fan. I am 100% a Ducks fan. But the Emmitt Smith he's an alum from Florida.
Everybody's got their second team. Yep. Like everybody's got their backup team. That's like, yeah, I pull for these guys as long as they're not playing us, kind of thing. Everybody's got their backup team.
But like I said, David, if I were betting, I would bet on Georgia for sure. But because I'm just going for the underdog. So
we lost Todd, but obviously I'm from Florida, so I'll go Florida. But ChatGPT says Georgia. Ironically, Graham, you called it win by 7 points.
Hey, look at that!
29-22 is what it says. So.
Yeah, I think the score is going to be a little bit more than. Like I said, I'm going to root for Florida, but I think Georgia destroys them. I think that's just my gut.
All right.
You were gone, Todd.
Yeah, we were hoping.
My computer had a stroke.
All right, so this is right down the road from me when I'm home. This is Louisville at Clemson. David, tee it up for us.
This is an awesome game, and I know it doesn't sound sexy, but it is. If you're a college football junkie like me, because I don't know what Clemson is, because Clemson ain't played nobody since they took the frying pan upside the head from Georgia.
From Georgia.
And they've played really, really good. And Cade Klubnik looks like a different guy. Now, when you get sped up against a better team and a team that can score, I am so interested to find out what Clemson is. They're at home. If you've ever been to Death Valley, it is insane. It is one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. It's crazy nuts. So I know they'll be rocking. I think Clemson will win, but I think we're going to find out about Klubnik and that offense if they're for real, and we're going to find out about the defense that I think lacks a pass rush, and Tyler Shuck can chuck it. So I think it's a high-scoring game, but I'll go with Clemson at home.
Yep, I'm gonna have to go. I live in this area. This is where I live, and so I'm sickened with orange and purple all the time. But I'm going to say this is the game where Clemson makes everybody respect them a little bit better. I'm going to go Clemson by 14 on this. And in their Death Valley, I'm going to go Clemson by 14. Todd.
You know what? They barely lost to Miami. They barely lost to Notre Dame. But that Florida State game's still out there. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, you know what? Give me Louisville. Give me Louisville.
All right, Todd, just to be different. All right,
give me the upset.
All right, Tony.
Dude, I'm taking
you live in the
Clemson.
Same place I do.
Clemson,
Yeah,
I literally live 8 minutes from Clemson University.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, I mean, it is. Everybody's super excited with the way Clemson's playing right now. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I have not watched one Clemson game this year.
Other than the Georgia game, I haven't.
Other than the Georgia game, yeah, I did see that one. That's true. I did see that one, and that beating that they took by Georgia, I was like, oof. So. Yeah, but no, I'm taking Clemson.
All right.
I'm just not sold on Clemson's schedule, man. Like, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Point.
It doesn't matter. They're in the ACC. If they got to get through Miami, right? But I mean, and even if they lose to Miami, they'll still be probably in the ACC championship, right? And then.
They don't play Miami until the ACC championship game. So
they don't have Miami in the regular season.
No.
Well, that's my point. And so and then if Clemson wins out and they lose that game and they're a 10-2, I still think there's an argument for Clemson to be in the top 12 at that point. I mean, everything's changed this year, right? Like everything's changed, and so yeah,
they still got to play
Clemson,
Pittsburgh and South Carolina. They losing one of them two.
I don't know, man. But we'll see. But I got Clemson for this game. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week of football. LSU, Alabama have a bye for the game that decides the season for both of them. Really, I feel like, personally, I think if Alabama can have a Georgia performance against LSU, I like our chances to finish out the rest of the year. I like our chances. Oklahoma is in shambles. Auburn is going to Tuscaloosa this year, so they're not going to have that voodoo magic in Jordan-Hare. I like our chances to finish out if we can get past LSU. David, real quick, I know it's not this week. What are your initial thoughts about the Bama-LSU game?
Yeah, I think true elimination game for that one. Whoever loses is out. I think when you see Alabama's secondary, you've seen some weakness, and LSU can throw the football. Now their run game is LSU's run game is non-existent. They don't try. It's very frustrating. And Alabama's pass rush, so that matchup is not been elite by any stretch. So I think, I think it's going to be a great game. Weird things happen in Death Valley in LSU. It's the hardest place I've ever played in my life. LSU's had success in that place, and I think it'll be an absolute war. I think it'll be a great football game.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the Missouri blowout being more about Crook not playing and that backup coming in and just throwing the ball all over
absolutely,
the place.
That absolutely
but I
is
will
the
say
case there.
That true freshman safety was out, and Hubbard came in and did a really good job. Like, he did a very good job.
But the encouraging thing is this. Absolutely, the shutout was because Missouri's starting quarterback went out, right? Nobody can argue that. But when that happens, that's when you expect a shutout to happen, right? Like when your starter's not there, you expect your defense there to go in. Even just the little things they did, that 4th and goal, when they put their starters back in to preserve that shutout, like that just showed me a little bit. Nick Saban would have never done that. He would have never done it. The game's won. Let the second string guys get in there and get some more reps and all this stuff. But just that little bit of aggression. Just that little bit of aggression, like, no, we're not giving this shutout away. We are holding on to this thing.
I find this so comical because you dudes are just reaching for whatever you can get right now. And I know
you can't argue with this
You're used
statement.
to collecting championships, and I get it, but like we're pointing towards goal line stands against Missouri that doesn't have a pulse, that lost 60-something to nothing to A&M as well. Like, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
It's tough times.
But
I get it. I get it, man.
At least admit that Justice Hayes put the coaching staff on notice in that game, saying, "Give me the ball." Like that.
They got to run the football outside of Milroe. Somebody has to do it. You can't ask him to carry the football like they have. They've got to have some kind of physicality, and they've got all these highly recruited offensive linemen, and on the left side they're a lot better than the right. But that's got to be a part of their play. Here's the thing too: when you get into November and it starts getting colder, you don't throw the football as well. You just don't. You don't throw it, you don't catch it as well.
Yeah.
And so I think they definitely have to prove that. And LSU's pass defense isn't great. Their defense ain't that great at all, but they do have athletes that can get upfield and put pressure on the quarterback. They've been better.
I think you see Alabama go to more run, clock control, keep the ball away from Nussmeier or whatever his name is, because like you said, I mean, he can throw it, and so I think that's the game plan. You got to try to limit him as much as possible touching the ball. All right,
David, real quick, David, was there one team when you were playing that when you saw the schedule, you were like, oh yeah, we want to punch them in the mouth?
Florida. That was easy.
Florida, really?
No,
okay.
100%. Like,
wow.
Georgia, Florida every year was – I got recruited by Spurrier, and then he left. But Florida always had so much success against Georgia when I was growing up, and you absolutely circled it, starred it, highlighted it, and you hated everything about them.
Wow.
Like, you hated that. Like, your coaching staff that week was different. Everything about that week was completely different.
That's awesome.
Love it.
David, did you do your homework? That Tony
yeah. Where's your 10-page report that Tony asked for?
1,000-word essay.
Royce, can you hit that Chat GPT real quick?
Yeah. I'll send you the login. I got you.
Yeah, no. You asked if Oregon was the number one team in the country, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Oregon. I would have said yes last week. I'll say yes this week too. I mean, they've made the switch at center, and their offensive line has grown and gotten better. Their defense is always really, really good. Their receiver play, along with their quarterback play, I think is the most efficient and best in the country. Like Dylan Gabriel, the ball comes out lightning fast. He also takes shots down the field. He's so experienced. He's seen so much in his 32 years in college football. Like there's nothing that's going to surprise him. And with Tez and with Stewart, like they're going to be a handful for everybody. And so I think Dan, up and coming, finally got that big game under his belt. No more ranked opponents the rest of the year. We'll play whoever in the Big Ten championship game. And I think Oregon's proven that they're number one.
I think that's what scares me, though, that their strength of schedule towards the end there is going to make them a little soft going into the playoffs.
They're still making the playoff, dude.
Yeah,
different world, man.
Yeah,
different world these days.
I know, but I get it. I got you.
All right.
Thank you, David.
If something happens to Oregon, we're good.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes,
all right, David. We appreciate you, man. It's fun as always. We'll see you next week.
All right, dudes. Thank y'all.
All right, take care.
All right, later, bud. All right, this is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button. We got super questions, so let's go over it right now. Let's do it.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom. My
super questions. Here we go. Starting off strong.
James Wofford. I believe Obama's the Antichrist. What are your thoughts?
Yes. My answer is yes.
I don't. I believe he's a demon. I don't believe he's the Antichrist.
Yeah. Boom.
I thought it was blank.
Good morning,
I was like,
deplorable Nazi garbage freedom fighters. Stay frosty, gentlemen.
Yes, dude. We need a shirt that just is I'm a
garbage
white Christian nationalist, Nazi, domestic terrorist, piece of garbage, blah, 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 blah.
Not until we get Tony a shirt that has all of his names, too.
Dude, you know, I got to say that ever since I've come on the show, I've been called a lot of names from people that don't even know me, like garbage and Nazi and all that stuff. I mean, it's worse now than when I was living in L.A. in the gang life over there. I was like, what is going on here?
Difference is, Tony, we do it out of love.
Well, Punisher 541 says, I'm garbage. Todd, you're definitely garbage. Royce is garbage as well. But Tony, you're Mexican.
You're Mexican.
See, that's what I mean. Punisher, by the way, I hate you. And he knows this. So.
Let's see. Zach Morey voted yesterday here in Georgia. I was made to vote as an independent, so the early numbers for Georgia may be off. Wow.
Okay. All right. That's weird.
That's how they tabulate the registered Republicans, Democrats. How many are early voting? Sheila May, pray and fast. I don't celebrate Halloween the same reason that Satanists don't celebrate Easter. Darkness has no fellowship with the light.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Hey, nothing wrong with praying and fasting, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Adams, I'm dropping off a truckload of homeschool curriculum today in Ohio, headed to hurricane victims in North Carolina.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome. Yep.
Awesome. Adams again. My husband and I voted for Trump last Saturday. It was my husband's first time voting. I'm seeing that a lot out here too.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is the first time I voted. Cindy Lauren, hey, or Lording, sorry.
Lording.
Well, I'll get that right one day. Happy Halloween and God bless you guys. Prayers for Trump and Vance in these last days leading to the election.
Yep, absolutely.
Tabby. Let's start a fund to help the linemen. Start a super chats to go to them. We can raise money for them just like we did the victims.
Well, maybe, but I'd have to find out. Let's see what happens first. I mean, we could collect money, but I don't know where to send it, right? And so let's just hold off just a little bit and let's see if things can work itself out.
Math teacher MC. I believe Trump's battle against Harris is already won. His battle is now against election/voter fraud.
That's why you've got to go vote. I don't disagree that I don't see how Harris can overcome in the PR cycle. I agree with you, but it all comes down to people voting.
MKCL. I don't know if you guys have heard anything on it, but you need to take a look at what the DCS is doing to the people of North Carolina who are affected by the hurricane. The child services. I've heard a little bit about this. I got to do some more research though.
Yeah, do the same.
Striker J, if we get the people out there enough, we can win this election before the cheat. If enough people early vote, they won't have the ability to steal. That's true.
Correct.
It'll be over before the 5th of November. Vote now. 100%. Gregory Bongo. Would it be beyond the scope of reality for someone to bring a class action lawsuit against all these media organizations, the Harris campaign for defamation, getting tired of all this Nazi claims?
I mean, no. Again, it's
freedom of the press, man.
Yeah, freedom. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I call them demons all the time.
Yeah,
so.
For real. King Dad, have you heard about the YouTuber FGTV? The dad and his whole family found Christ again and is putting it all on the line to vote for Trump. Amazing story. I'll have to look.
I haven't. We'll have to check it out.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Jeep Mama. Hey guys, I'm going to send you a TikTok my husband's boss made of their semi-trailer they have hanging in the air outside their work. I'll send it on Instagram. Trump 2024.
The semi is hanging in the air?
Yeah, that's a
nice.
Pretty stout right there. That's pretty cool. Echoes of Heaven. He is putting his face to the everyday worker behind the seat of power.
Yep.
That
makes sense.
I had to think about that for a minute. 2 beans and cream. I'm so tired of hearing that President Trump allowed the chaos to happen on January 6th, like he has on and off buttons on individuals. People are going to do whatever they choose. It's called free choice.
Well, and also the video that he made asking everybody to be peaceful and go home, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they all took it down. They all took it down, that they wouldn't let him do it. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Lewis. Last night I was helping my 8-year-old daughter with her homework and had Newsmax on in the background, and she heard Biden say, "We are garbage," and her jaw dropped and said, "You're garbage, Joe Biden." That's awesome.
You're a poopy head.
You're a poopy head.
That's amazing,
That's
actually.
Awesome. Chris posted to my social after early voting in Wisconsin. I could not believe the messages I got from people that did not know you could vote early. Don't assume everyone is paying attention. Been saying it since I've been here.
Jeez.
People do not know the rules of their own freaking state. It's insane. Banks. Voted in Virginia with my TPUSA hat on and my Love You, Miss You, Mean It t-shirt on. Love it. Also took my 65-year-old mom who has never voted, and she was proud to vote, telling everyone she saw she was a first-timer.
It amazes me how many people have never voted.
Voted.
But it's also amazing to see all these people who be like, I've never voted, but I'm voting this time. I think that's incredible.
It's a double-edged. Yeah. Posh Beauty. Prayers for my family. Dad is hospitalized in Cali and will be here on election day. Voted before I left is my home.
Okay.
Cool. Prayers for your dad. Where is the Hot Seat podcast from God Knows Sailing? Look, I'm having to be. It's here, but we're kind of hit or miss because as soon as this show's over, I go out into the street and start knocking on doors and talking to people. So it's really odd hours and hit or miss. I'm trying to let y'all know.
Again, guys, we're doing the best we can, but we are on the ground here in Arizona right now, and so just bear with us as much as possible.
And about that, like the reason why I'm putting the hot seat kind of in the back burner, not to be ugly or anything, but this sets precedents. This is more important. Like we have been harping on y'all for months now to get off your butts and do something. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. And that's why I'm out here.
Correct.
Sheila May, in regards to the garbage comment, I've been called worse by better people. Just saying. Garbage man, that's our president. I like that line. I use it all the time.
The garbage man felon is who I voted for.
Yeah. Free press audit. People are out of town, so I'm handing out candy at their house. My costume will be a trash bag, and I'm moving my Trump sign to their yard for the night. They are Dems, so it makes it even better. I was honestly thinking about like wearing a garbage bag door knocking today. MKCL. I'm a sanitation worker. When I saw Trump in the garbage truck, it made me so proud to know that that's my president.
Amazing.
Posh Beauty again. Hubby took boys to vote. Son is now a member of TPUSA for high school. Nice. My boys love you guys and listen on the way to school. Very cool. Very cool. K. Rousey. Can you post the link to Trump's garbage truck? I can't find it anywhere. You can
It's literally everywhere.
Just go to X and type in Trump garbage truck, and it'll
I don't even think you need to do that. I think you just type in Trump, and it'll be the thing that pops up.
Probably.
On X lost all 117,000 followers for a picture of Tim cheating on Skyrim.
He played Skyrim?
Real
I didn't know.
Dutch
I thought he just played Madden. I don't know.
Yeah, it's literally trending as Garbage Force 1.
That's amazing.
Literally trending as Garbage Force 1.
All right, last one of the day.
Maleficent Pam. My friend voted early in California and received a text message from Fresno County saying her ballot was disqualified because her signature wasn't exact what was on file. Wow, that sucks.
I went to go vote, and the lady was like, "Yeah, just write your signature there." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I wrote it, and she's like looking at my ID. She goes, "Close enough," and then let me go. I was like, "Oh, okay, it's my signature." So, all right, that's all of them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the last episode for this week. The next time you see us, it will be 24 hours until V-Day or E-Day, voting day, election day. We'll have to figure that out. I say E-Day, 24 hours before election day.
I like E-Day.
It's Victory Day. What do you mean?
V for vote, V for victory. This is the final push, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Pennsylvania, if your early voting lines are still open in your state and in your area, go vote early. We need as many people as humanly possible to vote early. We need you to vote early. Please make sure to like this video and share this video far and wide. Whew, we are running on fumes over here. I don't know if you can see the eyes over here, but we're in the final push to save this country, and we need your help. God bless you guys for hanging out with us. We will see you on Monday. And Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, what a long day or days Tuesday is going to be. The entire crew will be in studio for the election. That'll be a lot of fun. Todd will not be on the show Tuesday
because I got to vote. I got to vote before I leave.
Tuesday morning, and Todd's mic sucks. Tuesday morning, he will not be on the show because he's got to vote, and then he's going to be coming to South Carolina to be in studio for election night. So a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. We're going to have a lot of people like switching in and out of chairs. We got a lot of people in studio. We're going to have a lot of people calling in and out during the thing. We're going to try to make it as fun as we can while also trying not to have a heart attack at the same time. That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Tony, say goodbye.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, Royce.
Vote, vote, vote. We'll see you guys Monday.
Todd.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
And as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay